Hey guys, welcome to my channel Glen. My name's Glenn and I like to share with you what I learned in the world of cryptocurrency. Thanks for joining us on this video. Don't forget to click the like button before you leave this video whenever you do, and also click the subscribe button if you're new to this channel. Now today I wanted to talk a bit about cryptocurrency in general and more the dark side of it, of investing in cryptocurrency. I'll just give you a bit of background before I get to my main point. And that is, when I first got into cryptocurrency, I remember doing a video about how investing in cryptocurrencies was like giving power back to the people. I could invest in something that I don't have to go to anyone and get permission first. I don't have to go to a regulatory body. I don't have to be accredited. I don't have to pay a fee. I can just jump in and invest. Now I thought this was very liberating. It was a very sort of, oh, this is cool. You know, this is, I've never seen this before. And I remember dating back to one of my oldest videos, as I sort my videos out into oldest date. I did a video here, ICOs, giving the power back to the people, and that is honestly how I felt 10 months ago. So it just goes to show that I'm being honest and genuine with you when I say that's how I felt when I first got into cryptocurrency. Unfortunately though, given that power, people look on that and they like to take advantage. So we've seen a lot of Ponzi schemes, scams, exit scams, fake coins, just lots of ways of trying to get people's interest and try and get their money and then make a runner with it after. Now we all know this, and you might say, yeah Glenn, we know people lose money all the time, it's their own fault. But actually, for a normal guy who is just looking to increase their wealth or try and be a part of something new, when that happens, there's more than just losing money that is actually taking place at that point in time. And I'd like to point out a gentleman that's contacted me in the Telegram group chat. He's been part of Team Glen from the beginning. He was one of my first subscribers, and he's always liked and shared my videos. He's always sent me messages through Facebook, and today he sent a message through Telegram. I'm going to read this message out. He contacted me through Facebook and said, I don't mind if you share my story on a YouTube video. Now, I sat back and thought about it, and I thought, do I really want to go into someone's personal life on a YouTube video? And then I started thinking about my previous experiences myself. I used to gamble a lot. And I started connecting the feeling of losing money in an investment as opposed to losing money in gambling. And it started to make me think that actually the two are very closely correlated. Even though one's an investment and one is just purely for entertainment and to gain money quickly, the feeling of winning or losing is exactly the same in all of us. So let me get into what Kev sent to her. So he said, hey Glenn / Team Glen. Hope all is well with you guys and the crypto gods are shining good fortune on you all. I've been absent for pretty much the last 4 months after my world pretty much fell around me. Both my ICO investments went to the wall within weeks of each other, which also coincided with my marriage falling apart. The last 4 months I have been to hell. I'm not quite sure how I'm still here, because I considered the unthinkable many times. I'm glad you didn't, Kev, everything, you know, things will get better, trust me. I lost my home, family, and now I'm going bankrupt. Living in my brother's spare room, you could say that I've hit rock bottom. I guess I wanted to share my story as a warning to others that when things are good, they can be awesome. But fuck me, when the foundations crumble underneath you, everything crashes around you and it hurts. I don't want anyone to go through what I have in the last few months. Feel free to share this with the guys in a video. It's not all pumps and moons. It's taken a lot to come here, as I've stayed away from anything crypto ever since. It has literally ruined me financially as well as mentally. For God's sake, do not invest than you can afford to lose. It's easy to say, but until you're on the wrong side of things, you never understand how easy it is to get carried away. Anyway, thanks guys for reading. Kev. So thank you for sharing that, Kev. I really do appreciate it, and it's great to hear. It takes a lot of balls for someone to come out and say, do you know what, I lost money on that, this is why, and this is what I learned. It's quite easy for people to actually say, oh, I've made 5 times X on Ripple, or oh, I invested in VeChain when it was at 1 cent, now it's at 30 cents. It's almost fun to say things like that. But it takes a big man to come out and say, do you know what, I actually lost all my money on that. And I really thought that was going somewhere, but it didn't. It turned out to be a scam. Now this brings me on to the darker side of cryptocurrency. So we've got this, power where we can invest in any of these new technologies and new cryptocurrencies. We don't need to be regulated. We don't need to ask permission. We can do what we want. But what happens to those guys that do invest in an ICO or in an investment or in a new type of blockchain, and they do an exit scam? Obviously we can try and threaten courts, but half of these things are based around the world, and a lot of people watching this video will probably think, well, it's your own fault, you shouldn't have invested in it. But me personally, obviously I invested in an ICO called Envian. As I'm sure many of you out there watching this video may have invested in an ICO and it turned out to be an exit scam, or they've not done what they've promised to do, or they're starting to retract on their investments and their payouts. The main point of this video is really to get the point across that when you lose money, it isn't just your bank account that's taking a hit. It actually takes quite a big toll on you as a person, mentally. Just think of the process of losing a large amount of money. Who's the first person you tell? Your wife? Your kids? Your mum? Your dad? Your loved ones? Your best friends? And at that point, you feel embarrassed. You think, do you know what, I invested in that and it didn't work out. You feel ashamed. You feel like the world is on your shoulders. You could feel depressed because of it. It could make you want to chase that money back. So all of a sudden now you've got to invest in an even more obscure project because you've got to hope for bigger gains. And this could lead to a downward spiral. You could even start lying and hiding money from your close friends and family. And you could start borrowing more money than you ever thought that you wanted to. And once you do that, and then people find out that you did lie to them, it starts to raise more questions. Well, if he's lied about this, what else has he lied about? Then your integrity is being questioned. And this could make people lose respect for you. It could make people not love you anymore, not want to be around you anymore. They might not want to hear the next thing you've got to say or to be passionate about. So there's actually quite a lot that goes on in losing a large amount of money. And we see these sort of comments on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook all the time. Oh, I lost 35 grand on VeChain, or I lost 100 grand on Bitcoin. And I'm not picking on any one particular coin, but grand scheme of investment or gambling in general. So how can you avoid this going forward? Now, we say this all the time, and I've been saying this in my videos ever since I've been doing my YouTube videos, because it's the way that I live by. It's not I took a course 101 in how to talk about cryptocurrency on YouTube. Coming from a gambling background, I've always understood when I got involved in cryptocurrency not to invest more than you're willing to lose. It's very easy to say it, but to actually do it is quite difficult. When a new ICO comes out or a coin and you're given a time frame, a window, you've only got 3 days left to invest. This is going to 10 times X. All of a sudden now you feel pressure like, oh, I need to get involved in this now. I've only got £100 today, but what's the point? £100, 10x, I'm going to have £1,000. I don't want that. I want the £25,000. So now you need to find 5, 10 grand. And this is where people come unstuck. And this is where people lose faith in cryptocurrency. And this is why I believe that Bitcoin, we've seen over the last few months, rise in such dominance. Bitcoin used to have a very high dominance, but then it slowly faded away once all the altcoins and ICOs and everything started taking place. People were diluting their money, diversifying. But actually, now that all these coins are not doing what they promised and they're not giving us what we expected or wanted, we're all going back to Bitcoin. But why is that? Bitcoin lost loads of money. If you invested in Bitcoin in December for 19.5K, and now we're looking at obviously 6,500, whatever it's at now, 6.6. You've lost a lot of money. You've lost a quarter of your, 3/4 of your wealth or your investment. So why? Why do we go back to Bitcoin? Now, it's my honest belief, and this is a separate subject, that we, deep down, we all feel that Bitcoin's more secure. It's slightly safer. We believe in the project. There's no one person behind it. There's no one ruler or developer that is calling the shots on Bitcoin. So I feel that us as investors are starting to feel, well, do you know what? The only coin I really believe in, that I honestly trust, is Bitcoin. I don't believe in all these ICOs anymore. I don't believe in all these coins. I know that's been my process. I'd love to hear from you guys if you feel the same in the comment section down below. So we've seen this dominance rise in Bitcoin, but to say that, it doesn't mean that because Bitcoin's at its low, that I should jump out and sell the car, go and get a £50,000 loan against a house, go and max out all my credit cards, borrow money off friends and family, mum and dad, nan and granddad. Because we don't know, Bitcoin could go down to 3K. And you could lose half of all that money. You could lose 3/4 of it. You could lose 80% of it overnight, we've seen. So my key message here is, no matter how big or how much time restraint you feel you've got on you, do not invest more than you're willing to wake up and find out you've lost. I do this every day. When I wanted to buy 4 Z9 minis. But when I looked back and thought, well, actually, if these don't pay off, I don't want to have that big burden on me. So I only bought 2. When I wanted to invest in Envian, I honestly believed it was going to go somewhere. So really, I could have put down £3,000 or £4,000. But I didn't. I put down £400. Because I thought, if this 10 times X, then I've made 4 grand. And with that, I could buy so much Bitcoin with it. And that was my thought process. And I'm sure many of you out there are probably thinking the same, but it didn't work. But when I cashed out of Envian, but at that point, I'd only lost a couple of £100. I was willing to lose that. The risk was worth the reward. For some people out there, putting down £50,000 and hoping that it goes to £100,000, I don't feel is worth the reward. Unless obviously you're a millionaire and you can afford to do that. So that's my main message from this video. Please show some love to Kev. I'd love to see a load of love and support for Kev in the comment section. Join our Telegram group chat. Maybe send him a message privately or even in just the group chat. We all love you here, Kev. I know I do. Thank you for all your support for my channel from the beginning. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry that things haven't worked out that well. But hopefully your story that you've shared with us today, maybe someone watching this video will sit back and think, do you know what, I was going to invest loads of money in quantum, but actually I'm going to rein it back a bit. Now if that moons, you're happy anyway, even if you invested $10,000, $100,000 into it anyway, because you've gained more money than you put in. But the other flip of it, there's so much more than just losing money. It's all the other baggage that comes along with that. So please take that into account. Sorry to be so negative. I'm not normally this downer on my videos, but I felt like it was a message, especially now with cryptocurrency being so up and down at the moment. It was a message that I felt like if I didn't say it, it would bug me. And I don't know, I hope that people out there pay attention and just really focus. Even if you are investing in something that's risky, just really think about, okay, if I check my phone first thing in the morning when I wake up and I found out that I lost all that money, what is that figure that you would be not happy, but that you would be okay with? If it's £10, only invest £10. If it's £100, invest £100. But do not put down £10,000 and think, God, if I lose this, I'm fucked. The risk isn't worth the reward. That's it from me, guys. Please click the like button if you agree with this and show some love towards Kev. Click the subscribe button if you're new to this channel. I will be doing some more mining videos very shortly, and we'll be talking about some other topics. I try and do at least 3 or 4 videos a week, so please join me on this journey. I'm learning as I go along, so are all the guys in the Team BitGlen group chat, and I'd love for you to join me on that journey as well. So I'll see you later, guys. Bye.